What's going on, guys? Hope you're having the best day of your life. Welcome to my channel where we talk everything to do with personal credit, business credit, and how to be able to travel the world for a fraction of the price utilizing and leveraging credit. So, guys, one of the main topics that I've been getting a ton of requests to do, and I've seen a lot of videos and it just doesn't really show exactly how to be able to do it. I do not like videos that you go in thinking that it's going to be something and they don't really give you all the sauce. So today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to be able to delete your inquiries within 24 hours. Now, guys, I do want to warn you, and a lot of people talk about this 24-hour deletion. It works with Experian within the 24 hours, but TransUnion and Equifax are a little bit of a bitch. So I'm going to get into it, guys. I'm going to tell you guys this step by step on exactly how to be able to get all your inquiries removed. And I'm also going to talk about which accounts you shouldn't be removing, which accounts you can actually remove, just to make sure that you're not going to be getting one of your good accounts, such as like a credit card, like a Chase Sapphire or something like that, shut down because you're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go here to this document, guys. So we got a 24-hour inquiry instant removal. Now, what I am going to do, guys, is that I am going to put the same document right underneath so that you can go ahead and download it, and so that you can just pretty much have it for yourself. So pretty much what you are going to do is that we're going to do this through the phone. Now, I am going to read here, guys, so you guys get a little bit of perspective. What you're going to do is that you're going to call the bureau, whether it's Experian. We're going to talk about mainly Experian right now, guys, because TransUnion and Equifax have a little bit of a longer process. But I also want to show you guys that, just read you this. According to the FCRA, unverified and unauthorized items must legally be removed since they are breaking the law by reporting erroneous information. Something that you guys got to realize is that you are the original creditor. And this just comes down to consumer law. You are the only person that can actually verify that this inquiry or a collections or whatever got put in your report actually did happen, right? So the credit bureaus, they have to prove this. And if you go into the FCRA and you start reading a lot about the literally legally the literature, you're going to realize this. So this is something that I want to point out, guys, is you want to make sure that the inquiries that you're getting removed are inquiries that you want to remove. Now, do not remove any inquiries from any open credit card, because you will get the chance of actually getting the card shut down. So, guys, you can, if you go for a round of funding, okay, or when I talk about going for a round of funding, is applying for 5, 10, 15, 20 credit cards all at the same time, right? Or in one instance. When you go for funding and you apply for a credit card, say on the personal side, there's going to be a time lapse where, let's say you applied today, right? There's the first of the month, and is probably not going to report to your credit. You got approved. It's not going to report to your credit for probably a month or so, 1 to 2 months, right? Some banks are going to report a little bit faster than others, so it just comes down to depending on the bank. So if you wanted to get it deleted, you can actually call right away and get it deleted before it ever reports, right? But you want to make sure that it is not reporting on your credit bureau yet, because you will run the chance of getting it deleted or getting the account shut down. So, for example, guys, I got a Chase Sapphire Reserve, ended up getting $33,000, and I just, even though I could have done it, I didn't want to run the risk because it is a really good credit card, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve is one of the best credit cards that you can actually have. So I just didn't want to I just didn't want to risk it, right? So it just comes out to you. Now, what inquiries can you actually remove? So any inquiries that come from the business side, if you applied for lines of credit, if you applied for a credit card, for vehicles, loans, anything to do on the business side, guys, you can actually delete the inquiry, right? Or for any credit cards that you will get declined, right? Sometimes even like auto dealerships are very famous for this. You will go in, they will shop your credit and they will run it out to like 5, 10, 15 different companies. So now all of a sudden you have 15 different inquiries, right? This happened to me when I used to live in Canada, and this happened to me back in the day. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, a lot of people realize that they don't even know that. They don't even know that they're going to shoot their credit. So this is something that you should be aware. And there's other strategies when you can actually apply for banks before you ever go to a dealership, but we're going to leave that for another video. Now, what are you going to do? You're gonna make sure that, first of all, you want to make sure that you see all your inquiries. You know which are the inquiries that you want to delete. So whether you have Identity IQ or you have Experian or MyFICO, whatever platform or whatever website you're using, you want to make sure you have, let's say, JP Morgan. It was on the 1st of October of 2021, right? So whatever date it was, you want to make sure that you have the specific dates. What are you going to do? You are going to call. I'm going to go down here. I'll talk a little about the hookah here and hang up and call again. But what you're going to do, guys, is that you are going to call Experian, right? Experian will be the first one that you're going to do. And they're going to ask you, you want to go into the fraud department. Now, for Experian, these are the phone numbers that you guys are going to call. And you can pretty much, they're going to ask you for your social security number. You're going to press 2, then you're going to press 1, then 2 again, then 3. Pretty much what you want to do is that you want them to connect you to the fraud department. A lot of times they're going to put you into different departments, and it's not going to be the fraud department. So you want to make sure, am I talking to the fraud department? Once you have arrived to the fraud department, you want to tell them like, hey, I've noticed that there's some fraudulent, I have not authorized any of these inquiries, and I believe that they're identity theft or they're fraudulent. That is also the verbiage that you actually want to use, right? So it's like, okay, well, let me look into this. They're going to like pretty much put you on hold. They're going to pull your file and everything like that. A lot of times, or most of the time, they're going to ask you, have you filed a police report already? You're going to say, yes, I already have filed a police report. And like if they ask you if you did an FTC report too, you're going to say yes. And you're going to tell them that you already sent this in, right? So once you already tell them, with Experian, it's going to be a lot easier, guys. They're pretty much going to make you wait for a little bit, and then they're going to be like, okay, which inquiries do you want to delete? Now, this is something that I tell a lot of my students, and I teach them, if you do speak Spanish, and guys, we've seen great results with this, even when you're doing collections or when you're doing addresses or anything like that. If you do speak Spanish, I do recommend you go into the Spanish line. For some reason, people are a little bit nicer, and you also want to, like, pretty much when you're calling them, you just want to humanize it. You want to make sure that you ask them, like, hey, how is your day going? Are you having a good day? Like, hey, I don't know, like, where are you located? Just, just ask them, just build a little bit of rapport with the rep, because depending on the rep at that point has the power to be able to decide whether they're going to delete your inquiries or not. So this goes with anything. If you're calling and asking for something, just build that rapport, which is going to take you a long way. So if you do speak Spanish, I just recommend, guys, just get into the Spanish-speaking person. I've seen a lot of good results. And this way, I've even seen some of my students talk English, and then they didn't get they didn't get good results. This was more with TransUnion, and then they transferred them over, and they got a lot better results, and they were able to delete the inquiries. So it's just something that you guys can do for those Spanish-speaking people. Now, you are pretty much going to call them. You're going to tell them exactly which inquiries they're going to be. They're going to tell you they're probably going to be within 72 hours or I'm pretty sure Experian 72 hours. And then with Equifax and Experian, they're going to say within 30 days. Now, with Experian, guys, I've seen them be gone as fast as 3 hours. So if you call in the morning, by the afternoon, they are going to be completely gone. Now, let's talk a little bit about Equifax and TransUnion. Now, guys, the process of doing Equifax and TransUnion is a hell of a lot longer. It's really like way beyond this video. However, like I just did like a pretty much a 1 hour video on exactly how to be able to do it, but you can still do the same exact process with Equifax and TransUnion. However, I am going to warn you, it is not as easy as Experian. It's just not. I've actually called 5, 6, 7 times. One day, I sat down. I'm like, I'm gonna get this done. I wasn't able to get the results I wanted, but I know a lot of people that actually have gotten the results just by calling, right? So it just depends on I just don't want to waste a whole day and the whole process of doing a CFPB. I'm doing like a lot of you gotta file a bunch of reports to be able to do it with TransUnion and Experian. But if you actually call and you commit yourself, guys, just hookah. And what it says here over top, hang up and call again. A lot of times it's gonna take 2 or 3 times. Or sometimes it might take 4 or 5 times. With Experian, I've always gotten the first time. With TransUnion and Equifax, it's kind of a hit or miss. But you have to keep on trying and you will get the results. However, I do have a full video that I have within my coaching program where I explain exactly how to be able to do it. So guys, if you got some value out of this, please do like and share, hit the little bell button, and so that we can see and get the YouTube algorithm just to show you guys some more of this video. Hope you're having the best day of your life, and let me know if you guys have any questions on the comments. I'm always in there answering any questions that you guys might have. Hope you're having the best day of your life, and we'll talk to you soon, guys.